All right. This is geometry, and today is March 1st. March 1st, and this is our last section on surface area and volume, and we're going to be talking about surface area, volume, and spheres. First of all, if you want to write at the top of your paper, these are the problems I want you to complete tonight. It's going to be problems numbers 1 through 18, plus 23 through 28, plus 40 and 41. 40 and 41. Okay? Now, there are two formulas. One is surface area and one is volume for a sphere. First of all, what is a sphere?
A circle.
Not just a circle.
World. Three-dimensional circle.
It's like a ball, right? Like the shape of the world. It's a three-dimensional figure. So it's still solid, but it is a ball. It's in the shape of a ball. Okay? So when we talk about a sphere, we're talking about the surface area that is 4 times the area of the circle. So the area of the circle is how much area it has. And if you want to know how much surface area it has, because it's three-dimensional, it's 4 times that. So it's 4 times the area of a circle. 4 times pi r squared. So take a moment. We won't do these two, but let's turn the page. Anybody, by the way, anybody need to use a calculator? Anybody need to borrow a calculator? Okay, stay right where you're at. I'll put it on over.
Oh.
So you don't trip over that.
Yonder.
Is that a yes, Jamie?
Uh-huh.
Pass that back. Please.
That's it.
Pass those two.
That's it.
Did I get everybody? Oh, no, I didn't get everybody. I'm sorry, Chaz, I didn't see your hand, so let me let you pass this one more back. All right, so it's four times the area of a circle. So 4 times pi r squared. So find me the surface area of number 1. It's 4 times, this is pretty simple, it's 4 times the area of a circle. So it's pi r squared, right? We're using 3.14 for pi. Radius squared would be?
16.
Because it's 4, right? 4 squared. So 4 times
Maybe squared, right? Area.
area is always squared. 4 times pi r squared. And it's always easier if you keep it in terms of pi till the end.
What the heck? Why is there a 9 going right there?
A what?
A 9.
You got a 9 instead of a 4?
No. Come here.
You got the bad one.
No, I reset that one.
3.14, and then I do times 16. Then enter, and then freaking 9. Go right there.
I see what you mean. So let's go.
Just throw it at the wall.
There you go. That's from people pushing buttons that they don't fix. They just try to think it's funny to add things to it. But I just cleared it out and it starts over. All right, so 4 squared, Jamie already said, was 16. So you have 4 times 16 times pi. What's 4 times 16?
64.
So we have 64 pi. And 64 times 3.14 is?
201 inches square.
Is 201 point something, right?
It's
Well,
Just
it's
200
200 point
point
like 9 something.
200 point what?
That's
96.
96, which would be 201 inches what?
Square.
Square. How many people got 201 inches square? There you go. Let's go to volume. Okay. Volume. So volume is 4/3 times pi r cubed. remember, volume has to be cubed, right? Has to be cubed, so it's going to be cubed in the formula. 4/3 times pi r cubed. Now, here's the thing. If this is 4 times pi r cubed, what is this one? Because this is only, how much of a sphere is this?
Half.
This is half a sphere. Okay? This is half a sphere. So how do I get this based off of this formula?
2?
You'd only multiply the pi r squared r cubed by 2. Is 4?
By 2/3?
Yeah.
That might do it.
By 2 over 1.5.
That might, well, I don't think I'd do it at 2 over 1.5. Because half of 4/3 is what? 2/3. 2/3. So let's see if it'll work that way, because another way to do it is what?
Just divide the whole thing by 2.
Once you get your answer, just divide the whole thing by 2. So let's see if it works the same way that Chaz was thinking about, okay? So let's take this one, and first of all, find the formula if it was a whole sphere. So find the formula if this was a whole sphere. So it's 4/3 times pi r cubed, right? So 4/3 times pi r cubed.
Go whole sphere.
So 4/3 times pi times 5 to the third power. Now don't round that number yet.
Oh.
Okay, don't round that number yet.
It's the
What I want you to do now is take that number and multiply it times 3.14. So before you round your number, take it and multiply that times 3.14. Now round your number. Okay? So you should have 523.33 forever, right? So if we round that, it's going to be 523 inches cubed, okay? Now, if we take that answer and divide it by 2, right? 523 divided by 2, you're going to have 261.5, which is 262 inches cubed, okay? Now, let's try it the way Chaz was thinking about. Let's try and start the formula over, but instead of multiplying by 4/3, let's multiply by 2/3, see if we get the same answer. So 2/3 times pi r cubed. So 2/3 times pi times 5 to the third power. And on my calculator, I get 261.666, which rounds to 262 inches cubed. Is that what y'all got? Who got that? Raise your hand if you got that. Okay? So, yeah, Chaz, the answer to that question is you bet. Sure can. Okay? So, because what you're doing is you're taking half of that 4/3 initially, but just remember it's half of 4/3, which is 2/3. Don't mess with the denominator.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, don't mess with it.
All right. Any questions on how to find volume, surface area, or volume of half a sphere? Yes, sir.
I had trouble with B because I somehow could not get the same answer as you did with 523. Like I couldn't get the 523, I got something else.
Okay, so let's do it again on your calculator. Take 5 and cube it. Take 5 to the third power.
125.
Times 4/3.
So I don't know why would I put that in though as like 1.33?
No. So if you want to do that, do it this way. Times 4 equals divided by
3?
3.
566.
times
Give me the pencil.
3.14.
Oh, never mind, I got it.
There you go. All right. So if you don't want to use the fraction in there, then just multiply by 4 and divide by 3. Just make sure you're doing it after you hit the equal sign,
Yeah.
because you want to divide the whole thing by 3. If you divide before you hit the equal sign, you're only going to divide part of it.
The hemisphere is just a little half circle,
But
right?
they won't.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're trying to find the surface area of a sphere,
Uh-huh.
could you take, like, with 2 feet, could you just do 4 feet and square that? And then just do it normal and not multiply by 4?
I see what you mean, but no, I don't think so. I don't think it'll work out the same, because that number squared is going to be different. It may work on this one because it's a 2, but if it's a 5, then it's not going to be the same.
You'd work with 5.
Did it work with 5?
It would, yeah. Because 5, the diameter would be 10, and then 10 squared is 100.
Yeah,
And then 25 times 4 is 100.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying take the diameter
And just square
and then
it.
multiply it by 2 instead of,
You just take the diameter and square it, and then you don't have to multiply by 4.
I think I would stay with the 4.
That- It's
for
just
now.
weird.
Yeah, I would think I would stay with the 4, see what
I've
happens.
How do
seen
you
it,
think of
and
these
then,
things?
Yeah. All right, so your homework is the numbers that I mentioned at the beginning of the class. Okay, we have a very short period right now, so we are out of here in a matter of minutes. Make sure and have this done tomorrow. It's gonna go really quick. It's all calculator work, okay? So it does go really fast even though I have those. But what I want you to do is I want you to look back at 40 and 41. Because what it's asking you to do on these two is find the volume of these solids. Okay, find the volume. By the way, you see these pictures right here? These are the kinds of questions they're gonna ask you on your
It's
test.
like a snow cone.
Not these. These. They're multi-questions, right? This is the volume of a cone plus the volume of a hemisphere. Okay, or a half a sphere. The volume of a cone plus the volume of half a sphere. You have to find the volume of that, find the volume of that, add them together. Okay? Same thing here. They're asking you for the volume of this whole solid, which is the volume of a cylinder plus the volume of half a sphere. Okay? These are the kinds of questions you can expect on your test.
Are we allowed to use our formula notes?
You will not be allowed to use your formula notes on the tomorrow's test, okay?
But on the benchmark?
Possibly,
What's the benchmark?
Monday. Yes, sir.
Nice.